Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Return Policy. Today I'm doing a mini review on the HORI produced Nintendo licensed wired LAN adapter for the Nintendo Switch. With the recent releases of network compatible Nintendo Switch games, I thought I'd give this LAN adapter a shot this time around so I can kind of get a feel if this is a much better advantage to playing network capable games as opposed to the wireless connection that's already built into the Nintendo Switch. So just to let you know, I am approaching this from a very naive point of view. Say just a regular customer walking down the shelf of your local store or Walmart, and you'd see this on the shelf and hey, why not give it a shot? So I'm definitely approaching this mini review exactly in that same way. So I'm not good at optimizing internet settings or getting the fastest pings or the lowest pings or quickest speeds. I just want to see if I can plug this into my Ethernet and see if I can get some very good reliable connections while playing online with my Nintendo Switch. So everything in the packaging is pretty self-explanatory. You pop open the box and first thing you see is the network adapter itself, followed by a few probably safety and registration paperwork, but that's pretty much all you get in the box. So the adapter itself is also pretty self-explanatory. I kind of like the Nintendo Switch logo that's on here. Upside down. I do kind of like the Nintendo Switch logo that's on here. And basically one end you have your USB and on the other side you have your standard Ethernet connection. Your standard Nintendo Switch dock comes with, if you didn't already, 3 USBs, 2 on the side here, and a USB 3 port here on the back of the dock. And you can kind of tell it's a USB 3 because it's blue. I might be making that up, but I hope that's true. So like I said, as a standard rule, I kind of prefer to use the USB 3 port of the network adapter, and I plug it there rather than the 2 on the side. The ones on the side, I would probably say it's best if you're charging your Nintendo Switch Pro controller or another device, your cell phone even. And I use the back port for the network adapter. So all in all, I ran some very unscientific tests on using both the standard wireless connection that I have and the wired Ethernet connection on a fairly decent download speeds from my internet provider, and the results were both surprising and unfortunately somewhat expected. So technically, depending on the game, your results would vary. In my case, they varied quite large. In the case of, say, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, there were certain cases where I know when I was driving and I had the red turtle shell tucked away behind my cart, only to kind of make a turn, spin out, and my red turtle shell was gone. And I know I was holding on to that thing and I did not fire that. And so more often than not, even with the wired connection, it was kind of having these small kind of glitches and kind of like hiccups. On the flip side, when I was testing it out with Splatoon 2, both the wired and the wireless connections were very rock solid. I did not notice any kind of latency or lag issues. Nobody on my team or on the opposing team when I was playing matches on Splatoon 2 would disappear, reappear, or say if I would pop up on a different part of the map, none of those things would actually have happened. So the last game I really tested this on throughout the week, and the greatest offender is Ultra Street Fighter 2. So like I said, these are very unscientific tests, and both wired and wireless connections, I suffered the greatest latency and some frustrating matches where all I could do was press up to jump, and I kid you not, wait about a second and a half, and my character would jump. And I don't know how it was on my opponent's side, but they definitely had a much easier time pulling off special moves or combos, or even just wiping the floor with me without any hassle. And so I guess it goes to show that even though you have a really good connection. It all depends on the connection on the other side as well too, and that's probably just a rule that's been going on for a while. But it really does depend. Even though you have a good connection and you're using wired, if the person is just kind of using a very shoddy wireless connection, both sides have the tendency to suffer, or one more than the other. In more cases, not with Ultra Street Fighter 2, it was my side that was suffering. So all in all, how would I rate the HORI produced Nintendo officially licensed Ethernet adapter? Well, depending on the game that you play, whether it's something more recent as Splatoon 2, which I had very little problems, or another recent game, Ultra Street Fighter 2, where I had nothing but problems on both wireless and wired connections, it's hard to say that using a wired connection would have more of an advantage, or at least you're getting something more efficient than your standard wireless connection. And so, like I said earlier, I wanted to go with the more official product. There's probably much more inexpensive and probably does the exact same thing as the official product online, Amazon, eBay, however so. And for this particular product, for $29.99, compared to alternatives that you can find elsewhere, I'd have to say this one is a return it. So yeah, it's hard to recommend purchasing and using the wired LAN adapter from HORI when there's definitely decent alternatives online for much lesser price and probably the exact same functionality. So overall, yeah, I did say this was a return it, and I'm gonna stick with that review and that verdict. Thanks everyone for taking the time to watch this video. If you thought this was informative or helpful from a naive consumer point of view, go ahead and hit that like button. If everything I said was old news and you guys already know what the heck I'm talking about, go ahead and hit that dislike button as well too. That's cool with me. And if you guys want to stick around for the semi-long run, I still plan to make quite a few more of these Nintendo Switch accessory reviews. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Alright everyone, that's it for me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.